Previously on the reviewing.
Okay, I'm going to go first. I've got my package here, and... Right, you ready?
I am more than ready. Are you ready? You'd be so disappointed.
Oh, dude.
Britain!
So back in the early 2000s, there was a TV show called Little Britain. As part of the Bad Game Challenge, Graeme got me this abomination, and what can I say? So, Little Britain was a huge thing back in the sort of really early mid-thousands, and it really took off. It was really controversial. There was loads and loads of, like, crazy characters within the thing. The show was created by Matt Lucas and David Walliams, and the pair were quite a funny comedy duo, and the TV show wasn't too bad. I mean, it depicted a lot of what you'd see in Britain during that time frame. It is very politically incorrect by today's standards, but this show was huge, and of course they made a video game. So today we're going to look at Little Britain for the PS2. So this game is basically just a bunch of mini games based around the TV show, and they house the characters for the show, and this was just oh my god, this was just hell. This was just, it literally is just mini games. It's just, well, let's just I can't even bring myself to talk about it. Okay, let's just start. So you start off with Vicky Pollard, and she is like this obnoxious Bristolian chav, basically.
New but yeah but new, because I'm totally like the babysitter or something a fan.
I don't know why they thought it would be a good idea to do like a roller skating game for her, but they did. And the idea is that you go around, you're trying to pick up CDs for some kind of party that she's holding. So fair enough, whatever. Let's just get into the game. And oh boy, the controls are just for this. They are just the worst. I don't understand why they thought this was a good idea. The company behind all this was a game called Blast. They were the ones who published it, and it was created by a company called Gameholics. And I don't think they did their research on what makes a skating game fun, because this was not fun. The controls are unresponsive. She constantly falls over, and it's just, it's just terrible. I had to go around doing the level about 7 or 8 times just to try and get through. And the first time I actually got through the level and got to the end of the level, it told me this.
Too bad. You've completed the Darkly Noon stage, but don't have enough points to continue the tour. Have another go.
So after another couple of tries, I managed to get a couple of CDs. I managed to do it in enough time, and I passed. And I can tell you, I thought, this is just got to be one of those things. It can't be that bad, surely. The next game is a little sort of, I don't know, pool simulator. So yeah, you go around, and to be honest with you, I just button bashed my way through the entire thing. I have no idea what was going on. I just literally picked whatever board it was I was supposed to jump off, and I just button bashed the hell out of it. This took me a couple of tries to figure out how I was meant to pass it, but I did it, so that was that. Then you move on to, it just keeps, as time goes on, it just keeps getting that little bit worse. I moved on to some kind of football simulator, which was done in the most horrendous way. Now, what I don't understand is, by this point, right, in 2007 when this game came out, you'd had FIFA, you'd had like all these games on the SNES, the Mega Drive. This isn't new for gaming, right? This isn't new. And they decided to go for some kind of like golf style, pressure sensitive thing. And it was just awful. Every time I went to kick a ball, it would go to the defense. The shots were all off. There was meant to be some kind of like wind that would blow your ball another way, but it was terrible. I just could not I just could not get it. It took me easily several attempts to try and get past this level. And I think it was just pure luck. It was pot luck whether I would get past this or not. Honestly, it is absolutely terrible. One of my most hated mini games in the series. Then we go through to a game that is basically just a kind of hit simulator, if you like, where you gotta go into a house of Maggie and Jude, I believe the names are, and you've gotta hit frogs. I don't know what the relevance is. I don't remember the show all too well, but I don't recall frogs being a big deal in that series. It was just so bland. The character design of the levels were just boring. It was just hit this, hit that. It was just really uneventful, and again, very unmemorable. And I passed this one pretty easy, so that was a bit of a breath of relief, to be honest with you, because I was just like, by this point of the game, I was just like, this needs to stop. Then you get to Marjorie Dawes' level, which I was wondering how they were going to actually do this, but it's basically a Pac-Man clone. So in the style of Pac-Man, you go around, only thing is, you're meant to eat cookies. You're meant to eat cookies instead of eating anything, because the whole point of the joke around it is you are meant to be helping people diet, even though Marjorie is not in any sort of shape to be doing that.
We like cake though, don't we? We like a bit of cake, don't we? Yeah, I like cake. Give me cake!
So yeah, the level, you just go around, you're eating cookies, and to be fair, this wasn't the worst mini game out of the lot. It really wasn't. I can't really say that I didn't enjoy this. I wouldn't be playing it again. I'm not saying that. I really wouldn't say that. But out of all the mini games, this was probably one of the most tolerable. But again, it was just very sort of bland. You know, there was no major excitement when I was playing it. It was just sort of, I've played this game before. Do you know what I mean? Everyone's played Pac-Man. So yeah, I think they went with an easy cash grab there. But hey, I mean, it wasn't the worst. And then you come to the Maggie level. So, again, sort of stealing from the past, if you like. This is basically a Tetris clone. You and Maggie, there's some kind of event or party, and you've got to match up 3 of the different food items. And, I mean, I love Tetris, so that, again, was also not the worst thing in the world, but very floaty controls, though. Very floaty, I gotta be fair. There were points where things were just flying all over the place, but again, it was very easy because it's a game that I recognise. It's a game that I've played before, and yeah, I'm fine with that. So not the worst. And then it follows up by another little mini game, just get extra points, where you end up throwing up over the local town and the authoritative figures in this local town. And then we get to the last mini game. Oh boy. So, being Welsh, I thought this was going to be exciting, you know, get to go around a little Welsh village and what have you. So, there's a character called David Thomas, and he's meant to be the only gay in the village. I was wondering how they were actually going to do this, and basically, it's kind of very similar to the first mini game. It's kind of a bit like Road Rash. You're meant to hit from side to side to knock people off their bicycles, go through the level. For some reason, you're attacking other questionable folk, shall we say, in the village. And yeah, the controls were floaty. It was really, the hitbox detection was off, and it was terrible. And all the way the character's saying things from the show, which did get very repetitive. It got very, very boring very quickly. And to be honest with you, I just couldn't wait for this to be over. It was just pure hell. I gotta be fair, it wasn't very fun. It wasn't. And I'm sort of questioning my life right now. So what does this game have going for it? It's a good knockoff of like Tetris and Pac-Man in 2 of the little segments. Would I ever play this game again? Graeme definitely did me over with this game, and I'm not happy about it. The game is absolutely terrible. It is renowned for being a horrendous game, and not a lot of people are into it, and I can see why. The other thing I did forget to mention is there are little clips of the show in between, and I enjoyed the show, and I gotta be fair, that was probably the only redeeming factor of this game, is that it reminded me of something that I used to watch a lot as a kid. But apart from that, I would probably never play it. Now, I will say, again, I'm a PSP collector, and I have got the PSP game, so I did check that out, and there is an extra game on that version, and I don't quite understand why.
Again, it's just a pointless little mini game. I'm not entirely sure what they were going for with this, but yeah, you just basically pick up flowers and launch them at people. I mean, the character Anne does destroy stuff. I'm really not sure why they would pick this as an exclusive for the PSP, but it's there, so if you wanted to check out like a definitive version, it's there for you.
But anyways, guys, this was my review and my absolute disdain for playing Little Britain on the PS2. So I hope you enjoyed, and stick around for the next one. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And one more thing before you go. Have you played this game? Was this a game that you had when you were a kid? Can you let me know down below? That'd be great. Anyways, guys, have a good time, and I will see you next time.